Hey folks, welcome back to the Lone Pine Tarot, or of course, welcome to the channel if you're brand new here. Thank you so much for joining me today for our spirit guide message about what you're not seeing, but I just want to do a very quick aside before we get to picking our piles today, and that is a reminder that the day after this particular reading goes up, from December 16th through the 20th of 2024, if you are watching this in the far future, I'm going to have what I call Yuletide Peace Week. So every single day between the 16th and the 20th, there will be a holiday-themed tarot reading uploaded just to help us celebrate the season a little bit more in our community and bring some holiday cheer to probably what is a very, very busy time of year for you. And normally I don't do reminders in the beginning of tarot videos for things like that. I usually just kind of keep it on my community page, but the last time I did a theme week, which was October for Witchy Week, a lot of you really liked it, but they didn't seem to get as far-reaching as I thought that they maybe should have, so I did a poll and I'd asked you guys, like, hey, what happened here? It doesn't seem like these did very well. Was it, like, did you not like them, or was it more you just didn't know about them? And a lot of people liked them, and then we also had a very high prominence of answers that were like, what's Witchy Week? YouTube did not even push these to me. So just to kind of help Yuletide Peace Week along a little bit more, I thought I would mention it now in the reading just before Yuletide Peace Week begins. So if you're interested in that, from December 16th to the 20th of this year, the day after this reading goes up, there will be 5 tarot readings in a row for every single day to celebrate this season. So thank you. Sorry for that, just a little quick aside. Let's pick our piles. So we are using the Hero's Journey Oracle today. This is one of the very first oracles I ever received, or I should say I bought, technically. So spirit guides coming forward from my wonderful pile 1, 2s, 3s. Can you help guide us to the right cards to choose? Thank you. Okay, for pile 1, I'm feeling this one. And pile 2. There we go. Okay. And then pile 3. And let's unveil your cards. We also have crystals to pick from today. I'll assign those in just a second. So for pile 1 today, your card is 15 build-in breaks. And I'm choosing rose quartz, a little fragment of that particular crystal for you today. So build-in breaks with the rose quartz. I'll set that up here, actually. For pile 2 today, we have number 32, make the grade with flying colors. And your crystal for today is a very beautiful polished amethyst. We'll set that up here. And last but not least, for our pile 3, you have number 9, you are invited. And your crystal today is the very beautiful tiger's eye. Okay, so for a quick refresher, pile 1 is build-in breaks with the rose quartz. Pile 2 is make the grade with flying colors with the amethyst. And pile 3 is you are invited with the tiger's eye. Though, of course, you're always welcome to pause on this part of the reading if you need more time to decide what pile you would like read for you. But when you are ready, after I suggest going with your best gut intuition, whatever draws you in first, drop down to the description box below or the top pinned comment beneath the reading. Find the timestamp there for your pile, click on it, and I'll see you in our little chat about what you're not seeing, aka a message from your spirit guides. See you there. Hello there, my lovely pile number 1. Welcome today to your pick a card reading about what you're not seeing, aka a message from your spirit guides. As you recall, the pile leader you chose was Build-in Breaks, number 15, with a tagline of Saunter Slowly. And your crystal today was the very beautiful rose quartz. Okay, so we'll set your pile leader over here and your crystal right next to the light. And let's begin with drawing your oracle cards to start the reading. So, actually, I lied. We're doing Lenormand, but then we'll do the oracle cards. So, Spirit, coming forward for our wonderful pile 1 today, could you please guide us to the right cards to explain what they're not seeing? What do you want them to see most right now, specifically from their spirit guides? Thank you. Okay, and number 3. So, revealing your Lenormand really quickly. We have, oopsie, there it goes flying out of my hands. We have the Rider. We have the Bear. And we have the Whip. Okay. So, very interesting, pile 1. There's something here with this Lenormand reading spread that came out where it's either news or like the delivery of something regarding like a strong repetition of something or like a strong word, okay? Because the whip in Lenormand tends to be either something that's repetitive, or this particular incarnation is like the birch rods, so it's like whisking something or like whipping something repetitively, like it occurs again and again. Okay, and the bear next to it is, the bear in Lenormand is all about like the strength of something being mighty or something also. It can mean also things regarding like business, like someone being mighty in business, specifically because the fish in Lenormand also means like the exchange of something. It's almost like a currency card rather than using, say, coins. So like someone has like the fish in their mouth, like they've got something business-wise, like they caught the fish in their mouth. So I almost want to say it's like a repeated message regarding the strength of something or regarding business that's been delivered, but it's like you just aren't hearing it yet. It's repetitive, like it's been sent to you, but for some reason the message isn't getting through. Let's grab some other cards to see more about why that is. Actually, I am going to set these over here to the left. My poor pile 1, you're always my guinea pig about figuring out where I put the cards. So thank you for being my pioneers. I always thank my pile 1s for that. Let's unveil your next card here with the Lantern Oracle. So the delivery of a strong repetition, or the message of strong repetition, is how I would read that all in like one sentence. Okay, I'm feeling drawn to this one. We have radical honesty. I'll just read what it says at the bottom here. Might be difficult to see on camera. It says, to believe in the facade is to suffocate in the armor of alienation, self-defeat, and self-denial. Okay, so it almost seems like it's like you're not being honest with yourself about something, it feels like. Or someone is not being honest with you. It's like a denial, and I think maybe that's why this message has come across repeatedly to you in your life. And it's not necessarily your fault, pile 1. Sometimes messages come across repeatedly, and it's not like we're missing them on purpose. Sometimes we kind of get them and we kind of understand them, but we almost miss them because of subconscious things going on. And this kind of is what it feels like to me. I don't think it's like you're actively saying, hey, I'm going to shut this thing out, I'm not going to listen to it. It feels like it's just something that I almost want to say it's like you've just been too busy to listen to it, or it's like something that you're thinking in the back of your mind, like I'll push it off later. I can't deal with this right now. I'm so busy. But I get the feeling that it's something that would bring you a lot of like relief and a blessing of some sort if you were to listen to it. Okay. So when it says like self-denial, or like more negative connotation words like that, that's not what I'm hearing from your spirit guides for you. It's not an intentional self-denial here, pile 1. It's more, I think it's a protective self-denial, especially because of the shield here. Like she's literally putting on armor in this particular card, like she's defending herself, okay? But she's taking the action of taking the helmet off of her, and she's revealing kind of her face is kind of banged up and scarred, okay? So she's revealing the vulnerability underneath. And so that's what I'm thinking this is. It's like a vulnerability that the universe has been asking you repeatedly to show more for a good reason, because it would bring about a good turn of luck or a blessing, but it's like you're just not hearing it because you've been too busy, and it's not... Yeah, it's like it's not your fault, pile 1. This isn't a shake finger type reading, but still, it's your spirit guides are telling you, like, please show this to the world more. So let me grab your sacred destiny here as well. Excuse me. I'm hearing it would bring you a relief of some sort in community. Okay, so community was your card from the Sacred Destiny today, pile 1. Community. I think it's almost something that you're supposed to be sharing more with the community that you're in. I'm just going to move around in my chair here and look a bit closer. Yeah, a community. Very interesting, pile 1. So a message of strong repetition with the community, to be honest. Yeah, and then let's grab your tarot cards here. Usually pile 1, I don't grab the tarot cards this early in the reading, but I do want to get some more details about specifically what this is, because right now it's being a little vague. So Spirit, coming forward for my lovely pile 1, could you give me 5 tarot cards that explains more about the situation at hand, from inciting incident to outcome? Thank you. So self-denial about an opportunity in business. So maybe this really is more about business here, pile 1. Remember I was saying with the bear and the fish. So yeah, Ace of Pentacles is all about a new opportunity in terms of the material world. Like you've got this coin in your hand and you're like, oh, I have this thing to do with it. But it's like you're denying it. And the universe keeps like repeatedly trying to shove it at you. You're like, hey, pile 1, look at this great opportunity. And you're just like, no, I'm too busy. No. Like, it's like, and yeah, it's not like you're doing it out of, like, it's not that you're being stupid, pile 1. It's not that you're being bad in any way, but the universe is just, oh, beautiful. We have the King of Wands. Yes. Okay. So the mastery over a passion of yours. Okay. A mastery of that which sparks your fire, because wands are fire, and specifically this depiction is the phoenix. Okay. And very interestingly, I'm drawn to the mythology of the phoenix, and as we all know, the phoenix is a creature in mythology of something being dead and then reborn again and again. So it's almost like, I get the feeling that it's something that you thought was dead. You're like, there's no way that there's an opportunity in this area. Like, if I were to be more forthcoming to this community about this honesty, about what I want or what I want to share with the world, and you think there's no point in doing it, but the universe keeps throwing signs your way. Hey, look at this opportunity for you to share this thing. And also the King of Wands is someone who is confident, pile 1. So there might be a little bit of a self-esteem matter behind this too. Like maybe you're not being honest with the world about what you want because you think, oh, I'm not good enough. I'm hearing some of that as well. And then the heart of the matter, yeah, is the Page of Cups. And the Page of Cups is oftentimes someone who is new to exploring either a relationship or a feeling. I feel like you haven't really been congratulated a lot for whatever this is before, or maybe you just like, you don't feel comfortable in it emotionally yourself for some reason. And I think that's part of what they're encouraging you here with this Page of Cups is, yes, explore this more, pile 1. Don't hide it away. Okay. Then we have Temperance reversed, a lack of balance, needing moderation more. And then the outcome card here is the Three of Cups reversed, which is interesting because you got community here earlier, pile 1. But the Three of Cups reversed is something about either like pulling away from a community or pulling away from social events with others. So yeah, what they're telling you, pile 1, just to say it very bluntly, kind of tying everything together in one sentence, is there's something about yourself that the universe wants you to share with a community that you're in, that you are currently hiding away despite repeated opportunities and offers from the universe, okay, because that's what the whip means. It means a repeated thing, okay, like we said. Opportunities, especially in the financial career world, to bring this forth confidently like the King of Wands and explore new relationships with people that would come forward from you sharing this more, and new emotions with yourself regarding, how do I feel about exploring this more? How do I feel about bearing myself a little bit more to other people? A little bit more of a vulnerability is another word I'm really hearing key from your spirit guides here. And right now, on the path you're on, in denying this, in ignoring the opportunities being offered to you, pile 1, it's leading to not only a lack of balance in your life because of Temperance reversed, okay, at least on the current path you're on. You can change this. That's the beauty of tarot, is when there are future events that are depicted. That's just the timeline based on where you're on right now. You can always change that trajectory. But yes, currently right now with the Temperance reversed, it's like leading to a lack of balance. And I want to say it's a lack of balance in the heart. I keep hearing all work and no play makes Jane a dull girl, for you specifically. And so I feel like maybe it's it's almost like you think whatever this particular opportunity to share this part of yourself with the world is like frivolous, is the word that keeps popping up. You feel like, oh, there's no point in it. There's no value in it. Just nothing. Like, you don't believe in it. You don't believe in yourself with this particular thing. And at the very end here with the outcome, yes, we have that Three of Cups reversed, which is, a lack of connecting to social groups and communities and things like that. What is really being emphasized here, pile 1, is if you put yourself out there more with this particular thing, this passion of yours, this vulnerability of yours, okay, and built relationships, it would lead to a good opportunity, hence that Ace of Pentacles being the inciting incident. I mean, it's literally like I'm saying the universe is trying to, like, pour abundance into your lap. It's like I see, like, a bowl of coins just being spilled, and you're kind of sitting there crossing your arms and looking the other way, letting the coins just spill behind you. And your spirit guides are like, come on, pile 1, turn around and look at this wonderful opportunity that's being offered to you. And you're just kind of sitting there and like, nah, I'm too busy with these other things. Oh, there's no way that those coins are actually real. There's any value to what I would do with that. And your spirit guides are literally just like trying to like take you by the shoulder and like turn you around. Like, hey, look at this. Come on, please. Like, they're almost like begging you, pile 1, please. Because they want what's best for you. That's why they're saying this. Okay. And, I'm very curious when it comes to the delivery part of the Lenormand with the writer or the news. I want to know in which way they keep trying to send these messages to you, because I think part of that would help you recognize, after you go forward from this reading, pile 1, the next time an opportunity comes forward for you to go, oh, that's what they've been trying to tell me. Okay, like, I want to give you the ability to have, like, a light bulb moment. So, spirit guides coming forward for pile 1 today. Could you give me 3 cards from Lenormand explaining how are you trying to send them this message about the opportunity? Can you give me 3 cards, please? Thanks. Like, how? What have they been missing? Like, what has it been in the form of? Okay, so we have a woman. So it might be that there's a feminine energy in your life that has been coming forward and trying to offer this to you. We have beautiful, the flowers or the bouquet. That is all about a gift, a beauty. So a woman's gift. And then the last card here is the child, specifically the girl. So I want to say pile 1, it's someone... There's an exchange here between an older woman and a younger woman or a girl. It's either something that a young feminine energy has been suggesting to you, and maybe you just kind of shrugged it off because you're like, oh, well, that's a kid, well, they don't know, like, whether or not something would work, right? Or it's like you are the younger one and it's an older female who has been trying to send you messages about, oh, you really should start doing that, or you should really share more of that particular thing or that hobby or skill of yours more, right? Go forward with that idea. Because what this is saying here with that bouquet in the middle is that it's an older woman offering a gift to a younger girl, or it could be the opposite, to a younger girl offering a gift to a woman. Okay, so pay close attention to any female children in your life right now, or pay attention to older female figures in your life right now, and see it if in the past they have repeatedly, any of them have told you, hey, pile 1, I really think you should do something with that particular skill or that dream of yours, okay? That is your hint, okay? And specifically, too, there's been a lot of repetition of the number, let's see. We have 2 9s here, okay? So if you've been seeing, like, the number 9 anywhere, maybe that's even, like, the birth date of the woman that we're talking about, or the girl, right? Or could be the birth month, right? Which would be, let's see, that would be... I'm blanking. September would be 9, right? Or even like 9/13. Okay. Things like that. And then see if there's any other synchronicities here for you, pile 1. And then we do have Yeah, a lot of cups tends to be water. But yeah, so just keep an eye out. That's where the message is coming from. So think to yourself, has anyone that is female, that is older or younger than me, like repeatedly told me something recently? I apologize. I have to squat down and grab my card. I just dropped a Lenormand card on my floor. Whoops. Which actually, specifically, it was the birds that fell out on my floor here, which is communication. Okay, so literally someone's been saying something to you, pile one, through spoken word, okay? Like, hey, do this thing. And then I want to ask, too, I think another really important thing for you to know, pile one, is what's the outcome of this should you go forward with it? Should you actually follow what the universe has been repeatedly trying to, like, throw at you? Like, yes, we talked about it's like a blessing and an abundance, but let's grab at least one last... Let's see, do I want to do Lenormand or Tarot for this question? I'll do Lenormand, because Lenormand's a bit more blunt. Spirit guides for pile one, could you tell me what's waiting for them? Should they go through with this? Why do you keep trying to push this? Or the universe, at least, is like pushing this at them. Like, what's the abundance here? Okay, so we have the mountain, which can mean an obstacle. So I assume maybe it's going to block an obstacle out of your way, but let's just see what else pops out. Definitely this one. We have the letter or the document. Huh. And the clouds. Very interesting. That is a bit of an odd answer. Let's read that. So, an obstacle regarding a document or letter that is confusing. I almost wonder, especially if this is like an older female figure, pile one, that's been trying to repeatedly suggest this to you, if it's something that would make your life a lot easier in terms of, apologies for the sirens, they would make your life a lot easier in terms of a struggle you've been having with written documents lately. Like, I don't know if there's been, like, a legal thing that maybe has been prevented you from wanting to go forward with this idea, or it's, like, the money or, like, actually making it official. But this being the outcome of it, it's like the obstacle, reading this just as one sentence, now this is just very odd, pile one. The obstacle to, like, the confusing part of a written document or a letter. That might resonate with some of you, but I know that's kind of odd. I'm going to draw just one more card. Spirit guides, could you be just a bit more clear? What's the outcome if they go through with this? Just one more card. Get some clarity. And the sun. Literally, I'm like, let's get some clarity. And the sun comes out, which literally is like the clarity card. Now, it's interesting because you do have the clouds too. Yeah, so it is like unveiling the confusion of something. Like how the sun burns away like clouds or storms. So pile one. I want to say, oh, that's what it is. I'm sorry, it just clicked. Your spirit guides just came forward and they gave me a nudge. They're like, here, we'll just say it to you bluntly. That's a life contract, pile one. That isn't just like a literal physical written document. That's a life contract. The outcome of this, the reason why they keep pushing you towards this, through the method of that feminine figure we talked about, trying to encourage you, right, is because it would make clear to you of how to overcome an obstacle that you were meant to overcome based on your life contract, basically your life plan that you decided before you came here in this particular incarnation on Earth, okay? It would make it a lot clearer, and it's like something to do with, they're bringing more clarity to your path in life, is what I'm hearing. Like, they're saying it would make one of your life lessons or goals a lot less vague. It's just like, for some reason, the part, or what you're doing right now by ignoring this opportunity and like denying this part or like this passion of yours or part of yourself, like I said, is not leading you to a good place to follow and learn that lesson and do that certain thing that's in your life contract, okay? That's what they're saying. And by following this, that's why they keep just shoving it at you, it would remove that obstacle to you exploring that particular lesson or part of your life contract. Does that kind of make sense, pile one? So this is more of a trajectory of your like life lesson type thing. They want you to go towards this because there's a life lesson there that they want you to learn. They want you to explore, and they want you to follow whatever this dream or this passion or hobby of yours is, okay? So let's see if there's anything else here. And there's no rush, pile one, because I'm also drawn to your card here, the pile leader that you chose, which was build and break, saunter slowly. Okay. There's no rush. It's not like this is something that you have to do exactly at this point in your life right now. But they're saying to me it would be probably your best opportunity, even if it is technically offered to you again in the future, to do it now. Okay. Like it's the best timeline for you if you go forward with it now, is what they're saying, okay? Even so, though, there's still no rush. They're almost giving me like a Knight of Pentacles. I know you didn't technically get that card, but like a slow and steady wins the race type message. They're saying, go at it at your own pace, but please, the next time the opportunity comes up, at least consider it, okay? Because like I said, I'm drawn back to the imagery of them like literally pouring like a bowl of coins at you, and you're just sitting with your back to it with your arms crossed like, nope. Just because, like I said, I think it's like either you're too stressed with other things right now, and so you're distracted by those things. And they understand that. They're not chiding you, pile one, but at the same time, they want you to, like, please go forward. Like, please find this abundance we're trying to show you, because that would bring you to a place in life that you're supposed to be with your life contract. Okay. So yes, and especially when it comes to community, sharing with other people. Okay, sharing with other people, being with other people, creating relationships around this thing, I think is another part of that life contract, and that's why it's important. So, potentially, too, I'm hearing, for those of you that have not met, like, a dedicated life partner yet, it's possible, I'm hearing for some of you, that this life contract, the reason why they're kind of pushing you towards that is because there's a relationship that you're supposed to have, I think, with, like, a dedicated life, like, romantic partner, that you won't meet them unless you go this path. Okay, does that kind of make sense, right? Things like that. So yeah, please, just know when that thing comes up again, your spirit guides are just very heavily like nudging you towards it. Please go with this. You always have a choice, pile one, but they really, really want what's best for you, and they're saying this is the best path for you should you want to take it. Okay, so that is what you're not seeing from what we got from our cards and then your messages from your spirit guides today. So thank you so much for tuning in. If you liked the reading, if it resonated with you, please like, comment, or subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so yet. That just helps me out a little bit, which helps me provide more readings for both you and others in the future. And as is tradition on the channel, I wish you a wonderful rest of your day, pile one. And I hope to see you in the next reading. Bye. Hello there, my lovely pile number 2. Welcome today to your pick a card reading about a message from your spirit guides on what you're not seeing. As you recall, your pile leader today was both the beautiful polished amethyst crystal, along with the card number 32, make the grade with flying colors. And it says at the bottom, remember, you signed up for this. So, as is tradition, let's set your pile leader and your crystal over here next to the light candle. There we go. And to begin, let's draw Lenormand cards. So spirit guides coming forward for our wonderful pile 2 today. Will you please provide us the right cards that help guide us to the right answer about what they're not seeing. What do you want them to see that they're not currently? Thank you. Okay, there's the 3. So first off the bat, we have the woman. Number 2, the Rider, or this particular deck, it's called the Bard. He does have, it looks like a little lute, or not a lute, I'm sorry, that's like a lyre, it's like a little harp. And then we have the Fish, very interesting. So reading this as one sentence, pile 2, there's something here about a woman's news, or a woman's message about money or an exchange of some sort. So it seems like there's something you're not seeing regarding either, and the woman could be yourself, pile 2. It could be a message regarding like a way to make money or like a way of exchange that's being, they want to bring attention to. Usually the fish is more currency and like business. So this literally means more like finance, career related things. It could be something to do with like a job opportunity as well. Or like a way that you could get more money in some way, maybe like a promotion. Let's gain some more insight here with the other cards. Very interesting. A woman's news about an exchange. We have Metamorphosis, number 11. Power and strength lie within our surrender to change. So it's like a change of some sort that's being offered to you that you're not seeing. An ability to change. Maybe fear of letting go. And let's grab the last oracle card here for you today, pile 2. Excuse me. I'm drawn to this one, and embracing. We have it looks like a heron or a crane. Right on the edge of water and marsh and land, which is very beautiful for the message of embracing, because that really is where different worlds meet, is the marsh, land and water. Okay, so pile 2, I'm going to tap in intuitively as well here. What's going on? This is very interesting. Oh. Pile 2. I almost wonder if there was a situation recently where a woman or a feminine energy of some sort in your life offered news or like a message of exchanging something with you, and you didn't go forward with it because you either thought it wasn't worth your time, or you were afraid of the change that it would bring. And what your spirit guides are telling me right now, pile 2, is that they are encouraging you towards actually really seeing this for what it is, this opportunity. And they want you to embrace the change of it. Okay? Very interesting. Yeah, because the fish is like money. It's like a currency card in Lenormand. And she brought news or a message of it. Or the feminine, someone with a majority feminine energy did. And I want to say part of the reason why they are bringing this to your attention today, pile 2, is because you're almost like pile 1 today. They had like a life lesson or like a life contract thing coming in. There's something about what that person is offering that is a good opportunity on your life path to fulfill something in your life contract here on earth with this incarnation that you're in right now. And I almost want to say, your spirit guides are saying it's like they know that the opportunity might be scary because it invokes there's a fear of change, okay? There's a fear of moving from one world to another. I almost get the sense that maybe it was like a job offer in a different place when you already feel kind of cozy in the job that you're in right now. Or it could have been something like a new opportunity in business, or like a new, hey, come move in with me or move to this city with me or something like that, pile 2. Something that invoked maybe a little bit of fear when it was suggested. But there's a lot of benefit to be derived from at least taking it more seriously and considering it more, even if it might invoke a scary thought of change, okay? Let me grab your tarot cards now. This is very interesting, pile 2. This is a fascinating particular reading. Yeah, because they're showing me like a hermit crab. Like staying safe in your shell. Like, oh, I want to stay here. I want to stay safe in my little shell. You're either a Cancer or you're like majority like water sign or Cancer in your chart pile too, I get a feeling. A lot of Cancer vibes off this reading. We have the Seven of Wands reversed. Okay. Either not defending oneself or feeling like we've been defending ourselves too much. Interesting. We have the Moon. Things are not what they seem. I'll read these in just a moment here. The Court is the Hanged Man. Different perspective. Yeah, they want you to look at something, especially being the heart of the matter is the central card. They want you to look at something in a different way than you did because it's deceiving. The Moon is something about deception and illusions. Things are not what they seem. And then we have the Nine of Wands. Lots of Wands energy reversed once again like the Seven was earlier. Okay. Oh boy. Yeah, there's a lot of fear, a lot of I'm not good or tough enough for this. Oh, and then the Three of Wands is the outcome. Okay. Lots of wands, lots of fire. Okay. And I wonder, yeah, it's like something very out of your comfort zone, but it's a really good opportunity at the same time, pile 2 is what they're telling you. So reading your tarot cards here, from inciting incident, heart of the matter to the outcome, what I'm seeing is that someone came forward with that news or that message about money or an exchange or career, something along those lines. And you felt like it's very odd. The Seven of Wands reversed at the beginning tells me it's like you almost felt kind of defensive about it, or it was like you felt like it wasn't something that was to be either taken seriously or you might have even seen it as like an attack, pile 2. Like it was a suggestion in terms of making your life better and you thought maybe it was a little bit of a slight rather than being like a genuine offer or opportunity. Or 2, I'm really drawn to the this particular depiction of the Seven of Wands is, I believe his name is John Henry, and that's an American folktale about a man who, he like basically worked himself to death, okay? Driving in the nails, I believe, for a rail line, okay, through a mountain. And so I get the feeling, too, especially because you also have the Nine of Wands reversed here later, which is about, like, tiring oneself out, feeling like we're not determined enough to do something, or we're not, like, ready enough to do something. We ran out of steam power, okay? It's like you don't believe in yourself enough for this at the core of it, pile 2. Like, on the surface, I think you said to yourself, it was like, oh, that's silly. Oh, well, that's not going to be a good opportunity. But I think deep down, really what's driving this is a fear of the change, and also a lack of belief in yourself regarding your ability to handle this change, because it seems so radical and outside of your comfort zone, is what I'm hearing, okay? But the thing is, pile 2, is with the Moon and the Hanged Man, especially the Hanged Man being the core card, like I said this earlier, but I'll just repeat it. There's something about the way you're looking at this that is not correct, okay? Hence, well, what you're not seeing. What's just like clear what the reading is about. But the Moon, especially being next to it, it's deceiving. There's an illusion here, okay? What you think about this opportunity or whatever this news or this message was is not really the way that it is, okay? It's not what it seems whatsoever. And yeah, that's that Nine of Wands reversed too. It's like lack of determination. Running out of steam. I think you almost have a fear of hoping too. Pile 2. You have a fear of hoping because you feel like if I hope for this thing, if I actually go through with it, if I actually give it merit and thought and power in my mind, I'm just going to get disappointed again. That's also what I'm hearing for you with this. But what they're telling you, pile 2, is the Three of Wands at the end here. She's literally climbing a ladder. Okay, so that could mean, like I was saying before, maybe this was a promotion that was offered to you, or like a career or job change that would be like not a parallel move. It would be like you moving up at a different place, okay? despite how scary it might seem. But in either case, like the Three of Wands is about moving forward with ambition on plans we've made for the future. So I think it's like, it's something that you want, and it's almost, I feel like some of you, it might not apply to all of you, but some of you, your spirit guides are saying, it's like you asked the universe for this, and then all of a sudden when it was offered to you, you were like, oh, no, wait, that's too scary, and then you pulled back. Or like you subconsciously asked for it. You're like, oh, I want this. Oh, but no, it's too scary. Because I get that hermit crab energy again of wanting to hide in the shell, of feeling like, oh, I'm just this soft little crustacean and I need my shell and I need my protection. But the thing is that you could move into a much bigger shell. Because that's the thing, I think, is it hermit crabs do that, or just, it might just be like crabs in general. Like they'll move their shells as they grow bigger, right? They'll go from like shell to shell, or like, I think that's hermit crabs. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. Someone who knows more about, like, maritime animals than I do. But, yeah. And they're telling you, like, well, you can have that shell. You can move to a bigger shell. It's just, I know it's a little scary just to move out of the first one. But, like, you can do it, pile 2, is what they're saying. If you could just let go of the fear of change and let go of, I mean, and 2, here, like your pile leader says, make the grade with flying colors. That means doing something so dang well that you like you're going above and beyond. I think if you would choose to go along with this idea that this feminine energy offered you, you would do a hell of a lot better than you think you would, pile 2. Okay. It's just getting over that initial fear of change, of embracing change, okay? Moving to a nice bigger shell. Maybe that even means, if it's like a promotion, moving to a bigger office, even though technically the responsibility might be a little scary. Like I said, I feel like there's something with your life contract here that it's good for you in a soul way. They keep saying soul food. It's food for your soul, this opportunity, okay? And I want to ask, too, because I did ask extra questions for, say, like, I was pile 1. I want to ask specifically where this is going. Like, because part of the hard part with making change, pile 2, is all about not knowing what lies beyond, okay? Because there's always that what if I choose to make this change, is it just going to blow up in my face, right? That's why we have a fear of the unknown, okay? But that's the thing, is that if we as humans never ever ventured outside of our cave, let's say, time machine back to caveman times, right? If Uga and Uga never moved outside of their cave, right, would humanity ever have progressed to flying in the air? Just for an example, right? Or going to the moon, I don't know. Insert humanity accomplishment here. Inventing antibiotics, things like that. No, we wouldn't have, because we had humans that dared, right? That tried. Even though it was scary to try. And it always is, pile 2. So let's ask. I want to get some more future glimpse here from your spirit guides about what this is leading to. Like, why they're pushing you towards it. I think because I'm hearing it's a good opportunity for you. So spirit guides, 3 cards on that. Why do you want them to move towards this? We have the man. Interesting. The working man specifically. We have the crossroads. Oh, a choice. Paths in life. That's kind of maybe that life contract thing I was hearing earlier. And the owls, or the birds in general. Communication. A man who chooses to communicate. I think pile 2. There's something about, if you were to go forward with this, there's a masculine figure involved that would give you, like, an even better path to follow afterwards. It's, what they're telling me is there's almost like a springboard type level thing here. Okay. Like, where you are right now is the bottom. And then if you chose to go forward with what the message was of the, like, financial or the exchange thing from the woman, the first Lenormand reading we were talking about, right? And you go forward with that change, it's not even like you're going to land there for long. It's like you're going to sit down and then boom, it's going to springboard you to somewhere where you're offered a choice from a masculine figure involved. Okay, like, so just for an example, say this is like a promotion. Let's say there was a feminine figure who was like, hey, I'm going to offer you this promotion, and you kind of were like, I'm not so sure about that. It's kind of scary, right? I like with the job I have right now. But if you were to go through with it, pile 2, what I'm hearing is that not only would you get that promotion, that bigger hermit crab shell to chill out in and, you know, feel cozy in, right? But it also would springboard you, is that word, towards a really good option about your paths in life, communicated to you by that male figure. So say like right now you're working at a certain place and you know that if you were to go to like, if you were to get promoted, say that is your specific situation, and there is like a, like your boss would be that masculine figure, and there's something about you being with that new boss who would like escalate and springboard you even farther in the future, like maybe even you taking his job if he's going to retire soon, or something along those lines. Now, that might not apply to every single person watching this particular pile, but that's just an example of what I'm talking about. It's like there's a springboard here from this feminine figure offering you something, and then you go with it if you want to, and then if you go with it there, then this man offers you a really good choice about your paths in life. It's also, I'm hearing, because this is the crossroads card, right? It's a pivotal turning point of your life path, or like a 2 that you could take, okay? But you can't get to that choice if you don't first take this opportunity about embracing the change that you're afraid of, okay? So they're encouraging you because it's something that you're meant to do in terms of an eventual choice that you're supposed to make. It's just they're trying to kind of like just nudge you to go forward on this path to go here so that you come to that road split and then you can take that choice offered by that man. Okay. That's what I'm hearing. Okay. And could you think, so pile spirit guides for pile 2, could you just give me one more Lenormand card on like what are like the tangible benefits of this too? Like if you really wanted to incentivize them on like going forward, yes, like the life path stuff is good, but what other benefit comes from this? Let's get one more card here. Oh, yes, change. Metamorphosis, literally like your metamorphosis card here. This is specifically the shedding snake. This is unique to, I think, this particular Lenormand deck. The shedding snake in this deck is all about change for the better and renewal, okay? So it's like shedding your old life into a much better new one. I don't know if maybe you've become very tired and weary with where you're at right now, even though you fear the change pile 2, because it's like, yeah, well, you know, the devil I know is better than the devil I don't, but there's just a lot of really beneficial change should you go forward with it. And it's like you're not seeing right now, you know, hearkening back to the title of this reading, you're not seeing right now the potential that would offer you for change, for massive beneficial change in your life if you were just to embrace a little bit of the unknown here. So the piece of advice I'm hearing for you really coming out, though, is with the hangman and the moon down here, just to reiterate that a little bit, pile 2, in that they really want you to look at this opportunity that you have been offered in a different light. Something is deceptive about it. And I'm telling you, I get the feeling it's like something is better about it than what it seems, okay? It might seem kind of like, meh on the surface, but it's like a skipping stone, or a stepping stone, I should say, not a skipping stone. For some reason, they were showing me like a stone skipping across the water. Maybe about staying better afloat. Yeah, they're saying something about staying better afloat. So it could also be like a grand like financial benefit to you too, pile 2, if you were to go like, especially if this is career related for you with your particular situation. It's like, yeah, skipping stone. Staying afloat, staying above water even more. But what I meant to say was like a stepping stone, but specifically they did show me that, so. And yeah, you'll be a lot more successful than you're thinking. That too, I think, is the deceptive part, is you thinking you're maybe not good enough for it deep down, but you are. is what they're saying. Like, you're ready, they keep saying. They keep giving, like, a green light, literally, like a traffic light of a green, like, go. Just go. Just full speed ahead, go with it. Yeah. Easier said than done, though, right? Pile 2. Change is scary, but I'm seeing a lot of massive benefit for you if you were to go forward with it, okay? Now, they're not talking too much about, like, the tangible benefits. I was trying to see, like, maybe, like, oh, would they give you, better money or, things like that. Not that those material things matter, but, I mean, well, they do, pile 2. Like, as much as we want to be, like, super woo-woo spiritual with tarot and, we love to hear things about, like, oh, it's great for your life path. We also need to keep the rain out of our soup and have soup to buy, right? But I think what they're saying is, like, the better benefit to this, whatever it is the massive change in your life that it would bring. Like a whole new person, like the snake shedding its skin. And also, too, snakes are symbolic of healing, okay? I get the feeling that there's a wound of yours that would be healed, too, if you were to go along with this new path. A heart wound, specifically emotionally. Which is interesting because I believe the Metamorphosis card does have a heart wound here. Or it's like the thorns of the plant are over her heart, yeah. Bound, scared, trapped, feeling like, oh God, I want to stay here in my safe cocoon. But what you're not realizing is that little hermit crab shell you're in right now, or the thorns that you're in right now that seem comfortable, are actually prickling you more than you're realizing. It's costing you more to stay than you're realizing. I think that's another deception here, pile 2, is you're not taking into account enough of the cons versus the pros of staying. And on the opposite end, you're also not taking into account enough of the pros versus the cons of making this choice for a change. Okay, so really, really objectively weigh the pros and cons, okay? Like, I think because of that subconscious feeling of deep down, it's like you're denying what the actual pros and cons are because really you're trying to give yourself reasons to not go along with the change or the opportunity deep down. It's a fear of change, like I said. So, I believe that is everything for your reading today. So if you liked the reading, if it resonated with you, please like, comment, or subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so yet. That just helps me out a little bit, which helps me provide more readings for both you and others in the future. And as is tradition on the channel, pile 2, I wish you a wonderful rest of your day, and I hope to see you in the next reading. Bye. Hello there, my lovely pile number 3. Welcome today to your pick a card reading about what you're not seeing, a message from your spirit guides. As you recall, your pile leader today was the beautiful crystal of the tiger's eye. And your pile card was number 9. You were invited, suit up, show up, and open up. So let's set your pile leader and crystal over here to the left as we usually do. And first we're going to draw some Lenormand cards today. So spirit guides coming forward for pile 3. Could you please provide us Lenormand cards 3? That explain more about what are they not seeing that you want them to see. Thank you. Oh boy, that is quite the messy deck. We have the shedding snake, beautiful. We have the coffin, the crypt. And last but not least, we have the owls or the birds for communication. So reading this all together in the style of Lenormand, pile 3. We have, yes, the shedding snake, the coffin, or the crypt, and the owl birds. So that means something along the lines of the renewal of the end of some sort of communication. I almost wonder if there is an area of your life where you thought you were never going to talk to somebody again, or you thought that somebody was never going to talk to you again. You thought it was like the end of the communication with somebody. But what they're saying is what you're not seeing is that is going to be renewed because of the renewing of the shedding snake. Okay? It's like leaving the old behind, like its skin that is just leaving on the log there. Very interesting. Let's glean some more details with your other cards here. So the renewal of the end of some communication. I mean, I suppose that could also mean the opposite, though, pile 3, where it's possible that maybe you want somebody to stop talking to you or communicating with you if they've been maybe not the nicest person, and you're hoping, oh God, I hope they just never contact me again. And that's reassuring to you that there is an opportunity for you not to talk to them again. Let's glean more details. I want to see. It could go either way at this point. We have, interesting, 35, presence of absence. Hold what is absent in the presence of your love. Specifically here we have this, it's a widow with a picture of her husband who is deceased in the background. However, even though he is gone, he's not joining her at the table anymore. Technically, she has the pictures of, it looks like her grandchildren and her children here. Hold what is absent in the presence of your love. Oh, so I almost wonder, pile 3, if you lost somebody recently, which, I mean, and I'm saying this because you have the coffin, which can also mean the death of something, okay? And then this particular depiction in the Lantern Oracle is about like a widow. She lost somebody. She lost a male figure in her life, her husband specifically in this picture, right? And I think there's something about this person that left your life, be it through to the next world or maybe just in a way that they're not talking to you anymore, that it's like you feel like you're completely missing out on something that only they could provide. But what you're not seeing, pile 3, is there's something about what they gave you that is available to you in your life otherwise that you're just not recognizing, is what I'm hearing for you for your particular reading. So to reiterate back to, because I was kind of waffling between, either this is like the renewal of communication with someone that you thought was like completely gone, or like someone that you're like, I hope they don't talk to me anymore. I feel like this is more about like someone who's gone that you wish you could still talk to, is what I'm hearing. And it's renewing in some sort of way. Let's grab your Sacred Destiny here. I almost wonder if part of what you're not seeing too, if this is someone who is deceased, pile 3. I wonder if they've been sending you messages and you have not been listening, because I'm really drawn to, specifically with your pile leader, it almost looks like she's leaning down to listen to light, or like to listen to a soul. And it's like you haven't been seeing the messages that they've been sending you. Maybe this reading will help glean some more detail as to what the messages are. We have, illumination, bringing light to something. So I was just saying, I feel like it's something you're not recognizing. Illuminating things, bringing light. Okay. So I feel like pile, it's very interesting. You have all the moon in every single card too. Even this card has a moon at the top. And the moon is about like the subconscious, the things we don't necessarily recognize. It's feminine energy. It's also about changes and cycles, too. The cycles of life. And so, I feel this is almost a twofold message for you, pile 3. A, if someone has left recently to the next world, okay, or there's someone who has left your life, but they didn't technically die, right? There's something about the communication with them, either way, that is being renewed. And I think for those of you, this is like a deceased person. They've been sending you messages that you haven't been getting because it's either like you're not recognizing them or you're just not tuning to them, especially if this has been a fresh loss, pile 3, like you lost this person recently. It's like they're telling me it's like you aren't listening because it's a little bit too painful to listen right now. You're kind of distracted. There's maybe a lot of things going on, especially after someone has passed on. There's a lot of, maybe like, paperwork to have to move through and planning for things and trying to figure out how do I readjust my life after this just gaping hole has been left in it, and not just my life, but also my heart, right? Completely understand that myself. I've had lost myself a lot in the past year from this particular reading, so I get that, pile 3, if that is your particular case. Or like I said, if they didn't technically die but they left, it's like still readjusting to that gaping hole this person left. But there's something new coming that's renewing. their message, renewing their presence in your life, the way that they talked to you, how they provided you something through the way that they communicated with you is what I'm hearing because of the presence of the owls. Also, too, owls are, in some cultures, considered messengers from the other side. Okay. They're also, I believe it's some Native American cultures, they're seen as like symbolic of like death or messengers of death. I can't remember exactly what tribes that is, but so that's just reiterating kind of a feeling of like a death here, right? Or like just something, a message that you're not seeing from the other side. So let's grab your tarot cards because that will give us very more like nitty gritty details here, pile 3. So Spirit, coming forward for my lovely pile 3, could you please provide us around 5 cards? What's going on here? Trajectory here. Thank you. Inciting incident to outcome with heart of the matter. Okay. A lot just almost popped out. It's quite a lot. So for sure this one we have the Queen of Swords, okay? Yeah, I was talking about communication here. Queen of Swords is also someone who is very logical, speaks well. Could have been someone that was an air sign, okay? Someone who is talkative. We have the moon. Very interesting. And I was just talking about, look at all these moons in your cards here, right? Things are, specifically though, I mean, I know we talked about the subconscious and the cycles of life with the moon, but the moon in tarot particularly is about things being deceptive. Yes, you're not seeing something clearly. I know that's kind of the title of the reading, but it's very, very telling that the moon came out. And then we have, the 4 of Cups reversed. You're not paying attention. So we have literally the 4 of Cups is the heart of the matter with this particular reading for you. And that is all about you finally noticing something. Queen of Pentacles reversed. Lots of queens. I get the feeling that this was probably a feminine energy in your life, pile 3. Of whoever this was. And then we have, 3 of Cups reversed. Unable to meet with them, unable to gather. Maybe you even had to kind of cancel some gatherings because of everything going on. Because the 3 of Cups reversed is about like either a lack of like a group getting along or a bad social situation or like a lack of like social events going well, things like that. Very interesting. Let's read these, pile 3. Yeah, so it's like someone that wants to communicate, because the swords, especially the Queen of Swords, is all about the way we speak, right? And the mastery of the way that we speak, especially from the heart. With the illusion of the moon, with the 4 of Cups reversed. Yeah, they keep saying it's like you keep turning your quote-unquote radio off to the communication. And they're not blaming you for it, pile 3, but they really want to say something to you. Because with the 4 of Cups here as the heart of the matter, reversed especially. Also, I don't know if they had a lot of symbolism around birds in their life. A lot of birds in this particular card. Even you got the birds in Lenormand too. Yeah, they want you to pay attention. They're like, please pay attention. I'm sending you a sign, but you're not noticing it. And I think you're taking it as something else with the moon, because the moon is about deception and illusions. And it's regarding something to do with this is odd. They want to tell you something about a group that you're working with. Or like a social group that is costing you money, or like, because you have the Queen of Pentacles reversed here, and that's about someone who is like not like financially stable within themselves, or it's like they're not able to provide for themselves enough, or not like secure within their own money internally, or having like a money issue that popped up regarding a group of people. Maybe potentially 3 people specifically, because with the 3 of Cups, it's 3 people. Yeah, and it's like they want to tell you about that specifically. They're like, pay attention, please. I'm communicating. I'm going to ask here, pile 3. let's do Lenormand, because Lenormand is a lot more blunt. I like using Lenormand for direct communication. I'm going to ask this particular person, or the energy, maybe the higher self of this person if they're still alive, what it is that they're trying to say to you. Spirit guides, what is the message that they're trying to send them that they're not able to hear or they're not paying attention to? Okay, that almost fell out. Oh boy, that's a lot of cards. Whoop. That might be 4. Let's see. Let's grab those. Is that 4? Yes. So we have the ship. The moon again. Look at all the moons. So pile 3, another thing to pay very close attention to. You've had a lot of moon symbolism in this reading. You even got the moon card from tarot. The moon might be a symbol or like a sign of synchronicity from when you're supposed to like receive this message. Maybe something at night too, because the moon we associate with night. And then we have the bear and the lily. And the lily can mean... it can mean either sexuality or it can mean like, sometimes it means elderly people. Could have been someone elderly that you lost. Specifically, the strong bear next to the lily is like a strong, sometimes it can even mean an older man too. I know I talked about, I feel like it's a feminine energy coming here, but seems to be a good mix of masculine and feminine energy in this reading. So yeah. So the message they're trying to send you is... So a journey or an adventure regarding... Sorry, one moment here. You know, I almost wonder if what they're trying to say... There's a certain... Oh, hear me out. There's a certain path that you've been embarking on recently, pile 3, that I feel like you fear you're not strong enough for it. And what they're saying is an encouragement of you going forward, knowing that you're a lot stronger than you think you are. To be able to go through with it, to be able to embark and make that journey. Okay. And specifically, the lily too is, yeah, like I said, sometimes that can mean elderly family members, it can mean sexuality, it can mean peace as well. So it's like a journey towards a strong peace, or a journey regarding or like stemming from, the bear next to the lily can mean like an elderly man specifically, maybe someone who was, I mean, that is a lot of elderly men is, you know, kind of grumbly like a bear, right? But yeah, it's something to do with the strength that you have that you don't believe in regarding a journey that you're supposed to embark on. Yeah, and the moon is, yeah, it's a little bit different than the way it is in tarot. In Lenormand, it's more about our subconscious and our emotions. It's like the way you feel about your own strength here with the bear next to the moon. Very interesting. I'm going to grab some tarot cards as well. Let me see. Spirit guides for pile 3. Could you also help elaborate more on the message with tarot cards that this been trying to send from their person here, their higher self, or if they're passed on? Thank you. They want to bring light to something. And it's true of the moon, too, because the moon, when you think about it symbolically, pile 3, the moon brings light in the darkness. Page of Swords. Yeah, the way you're thinking about something. Yep, that's what I was thinking. Okay. The 9 of Swords reverse. Lots of swords energy today. And the 9 of Wands. Lots of 9s, too. Yeah, 9 was also your pile leader number. Okay. So lots of 9s. 9 is another synchronicity that might be something important for you to pay attention to. But reading from tarot, too. Yeah, it's like something to do with the mind, the way you think. Oh, and then relieving your anxiety about something. Okay. Relieving your anxiety to power through with determination with something. Yeah, because it's literally like the bear and the strength of the 9 of Wands. There's a lot of synchronicities in this reading, pile 3. So they're saying the message coming from this person, if they're passed on, it's from the other side. If it's someone that we're referring to who is still alive, it's their higher self, okay? That's specifically what I asked when I drew the cards. They want you to explore something more about your own strength that you're not seeing, okay? Regarding your way to power, or your ability to power through something on a journey. They want to relieve an anxiety of yours with the Nine of Swords reversed having come out. So they're trying to bring light to what this is. They want to bring light to the strength that you have that you don't recognize. And I think when I said earlier before with the presence of absence, when I said it's like something about what they gave you that is now out of your reach because either they're passed on or they're somewhere else that you can't reach them, right? That you thought you could only get from them. I almost wonder if that's strength. Like you almost feel like without them, what am I going to do? I don't have that person to rely on anymore. But what they're saying is that you have strength, that you don't need me. I mean, they want to be there for you, don't get me wrong, pile 3, but what they're trying to emphasize to you is you have the strength to do this. You don't need me. You can make it through on your own. Like, you're gonna make it. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be fine. So they're really reassuring you. I'm seeing like a pat on the hand. I don't know if this person patted you on the hand a lot, pile 3. Or maybe that was if they passed on, that was maybe like the last gesture that they had with you was like a hand touch of some sort. Yeah, they're patting you on the hand. Like, it's going to be okay, pile 3. You don't need me. You can do this. And they want you to recognize the ways that you've been strong already that you're not admiring yourself enough for. That's another thing they want to bring illumination to. To listen more to your own accomplishments of the way that you already stand on your own 2 feet without them because you've had to. Okay. And especially like if this is a family member that passed on, pile 3, what they're saying is the strength that you think you lack, that you think that I had, is something that I did pass down to you that you're just not recognizing. Okay. Yeah. And yeah, lots of air energy too in this reading. So like I said, I almost wonder if there was an air sign of some sort, or they had a lot of air signs in their chart. See, I'm gonna tune in here for just a moment, see if there's any messages not related to the cards. It's very odd. They're handing you like like a stick or a rod of some sort, like a walking stick, like for something for you to lean on. But what they're saying is that even though you use this metaphorical walking stick, maybe you even inherited one from them or like a cane, they're saying it's not the stick that's helping you walk this path. Because when you think about it, I know it sounds kind of odd, but just hear me out, pile 3. When you think about it, when you're actually walking with a walking stick, yeah, technically like the walking stick or the cane holds your weight, especially if you maybe have maybe they had a bad leg, pile 3, something like that, or bad legs. But technically, yeah, you do lean on it, right? But it's your own strength with your arm that pushes you back up, using that as leverage. So it's like you think you're leaning on something or that you need something else to lean on, but really it's your own strength that pulls you back up, is what they're saying, okay? Because that's really what it is when you use like a walking stick or a cane with this metaphor that they're using. It's like, yeah, technically you're not putting the weight on your leg, but to get back up, you are using the strength of your arm holding it to keep it in place and to push yourself up to keep walking, because that particular leg is not doing what it's supposed to, right? So it's like the feeling of this person leaving was almost like you losing a leg of some sort. Also, too, I'm hearing, like I said, maybe that they had issues with their legs in their life, if this is someone who's passed on, or maybe if it's someone who's still alive, like they had a hard time walking on one side, or maybe, like they had to use like a wheelchair or something along those lines. And it's like, what they're saying is, I almost get the feeling there's something about this journey that they're encouraging you towards and reminding of your strength and ability and capacity to do it, that is reflective of something that they gave up, that they regretted not doing themselves. And that's why they're also encouraging you, because they're saying, recognize the strength within yourself that I didn't recognize within me. Because life isn't about always looking at the dark side of things, they're saying. It's about looking at the light. Once again, I'm drawn to the imagery of all the moons that came up in your reading about seeing the light in the night, okay? Yeah, the light in the night. Looking at the light side of things even when it seems dark. Because we don't really realize the strength in ourselves of the way that we just survive every single day. Yeah, so I'm hearing pile 3. Recognize your strength that they didn't recognize within themselves. The strength to push on, especially with the 9 of Wands, the determination to keep going instead of giving up. Okay. Because they're saying you don't need me for that. You never did. They might have shown you by example. Yes. Either the example of pushing through or not, maybe giving up themselves. Maybe that's something that happened in their life for the time that you knew them. But they're saying don't give up yourself. So yes, that's the core of the message here, is they want to relieve your anxiety about this. Your fears. Sorry, I'm trying not to get, this sounds corny, but not corny, I guess, but I'm getting a little, when I do readings that are potentially like passed on loved ones, I get kind of emotional sometimes, so that's why I'm a little talking a bit slow, things like that. So yeah, it always hits me. It's always the passed on loved ones. It's always like, oh no. But I do love giving messages from the other side, pile 3, because like I said, this being a message reading about what you're not seeing, this is something that they really want to emphasize, that they want to send to you. Or like I said, if they are living, it's like their higher self. It's like, I really want you to know this. Okay. It's important. So I'm always blessed to be able to give those readings and those messages forward. Okay. So just to summarize, what you're not seeing, pile 3, is the message from this person, okay, that they've been trying to send you. And the message is all about your own strength and believing in yourself and not giving up. Okay. Especially when it comes to a particular journey that you're about to partake. Okay. So I hope that reading was very helpful for you, pile 3. If you liked it and if it resonated, please like, comment, or subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so yet. That just helps me out a little bit, which helps me provide more readings for both you and others in the future. And as is our tradition, I wish you a wonderful rest of your day, pile 3, with the strength to believe in your power to venture forth, okay? On your own 2 feet, on your own merit, of the powers and the skills that you already have within yourself that maybe you just don't recognize, right? And yes. So yeah, wonderful rest of your day. I think I already said that. And I hope to see you in the next reading, pile 3. Bye.